Hello, good afternoon, dear ECUATESOLers and participants. I hope everyone is fine. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for taking your time. No, I know that all of us, we have busy afternoons and busy mornings, but thank you so much for taking your time to join us in this webinar and to be ready to have this professional development. So on name of the members of the ECUATESOL, I would like to give you the welcome today to our webinar. We have a special guest that she's going to be with us in a couple of minutes. Her name is Tamia Guaman, but she's going to be here soon. And we have today Heidi Mogrovejo. She is our volunteer from ECUATESOL, our main volunteer, and she's always here with us, helping us and supporting us all the time in our webinars. So thank you very much again. Before we start, I would like you to comment in the chat box, where are you from? Where are you attending from? We know that we have people from all parts of Ecuador and some people attending from another parts of Ecuador, from Colombia, from Peru. So please help us sharing with us. Now, thank you so much. From Loja, very good, very nice city and very nice province. And we have people from Riobamba, from Latacunga, from different parts of Ecuador. So thank you very much for being here with us all the webinars that we are supporting through ECUATESOL to create our community or professional development. Now, it's really important to mention before we start today, because I have received a lot of comments through our email and through our Instagram account about the certificates. Something that I want to make be very clear about the certificates. Remember that this round of webinars is a series of webinars. This is the series number 1. So this series number 1 comes from from January to June. So we have 6 months of different webinars that we've been having almost 2 webinars every month. No, and sometimes we have 3 webinars, depending on the disponibility of our presenters. So something that I want to be very clear is that at the end of each webinar, we are sending the attendance list, no, for you to register your attendance of participation of each of the webinars. So don't forget to complete that attendance participation. And remember that the certificates will be given to all of you through your email addresses the first week of July. Why? Because this is a series number 1. So if you have attended 2 webinars or 3 webinars or the complete series of webinar, you will be receiving the certificates according to the number of hours of your attending to the webinars. So that's the idea, no? So if you have attended 2 webinars, 2 Saturdays or 2 Thursdays, so the idea is that you will receive the certificate the first week of July, but according to the number of hours of you attending to all the webinars. Now, another thing that is really important is that if you have attended all the series of webinar, at least 80%, you will be receiving a certificate for 40 hours of completion because of your commitment of attending to this series of webinar. So be updated with that. I have sent some emails to our members of ECUATESOL and some another participants that you are not members yet, but I hope that you're registered to be an active member of ECUATESOL. And if you receive the email, all the instructions are there, no? How we are going to proceed, when you are going to receive the certificate according to the number of hours. Anyway, if you have any further questions, you have our telephone number there, our email address, or you can send any messages through our Instagram account if you want to be updated, no? So thank you very much. We have people from Guayaquil. I love Guayaquil, a beautiful city. So thank you very much for attending. The same thing, Machala, another beautiful city. Ecoca from Quito. Very good. Thank you so much from Orellana. Excellent. We have people from everywhere. And from El Empalme. Excellent. Thank you very much. Welcome all of you. So Before we start with our webinar, remember that we have some sponsors. We are official affiliates of TESOL International, and we have partnership with Yachay Tech University, with Universidad Nacional de Educación, and ITEP. So these are our supporting the universities and supporting partners. Now, remember that we have our website as well. So if you want to follow up and if you want to see the recording of the webinars, because all webinars are being recorded. So if you want to see in the future, or if you have missed, or for your connectivity or something, any part of the webinar, you can always go to our website, check our YouTube channel, and the webinars are there. The same thing about our Instagram account. Don't forget to follow us, because all the updated webinars, all the updated information is always here in our social media, in our Instagram account. And the same thing, please, if you haven't registered yet to become a member of ECUATESOL, please help us with your registration. You can officially register to become a member. Remember that the membership is free, so you don't have to pay any fee to be a member of ECUATESOL, and you can enjoy about all the benefits that we have. And finally, the same thing, don't forget to be part of our ECUATESOL network. In the ECUATESOL network that we have in the WhatsApp group, we are sending information, job opportunities, congresses opportunities, presentations that you can maybe be interested on it, and you can be part of our network as well. And this is our email address, equatesol@gmail.com. So don't forget to be part of to our community. And not to take longer time and having the opportunity to enjoy our today's webinar, we have, or I have, the honor to have the welcome to Tamia Guaman, my ex-student from Unai University. And thank you so much, Tamia, for being part of this webinar. And thank you so much for accepting the invitation. Please don't forget to be part of our memberships as well. So be part of ECUATESOL. And she's going to be talking about volunteering as part of our professional development. Remember that being volunteer and do volunteering work is always important. And being member of ECUATESOL as well, we need volunteers that can support and help us. So this is an interesting topic, an amazing topic that we are going to enjoy today. Welcome, Tamia. And now I'm giving the word to Heidi. Heidi is going to introduce Tamia, and thank you so much, Tamia. It's all yours.
Okay, so hello, dear ECUATESOLers. So I'm going to introduce Tammy. Tammy is an Indigenous English teacher from Saraguro. She has a bachelor's degree in teaching English as a foreign language from Universidad Nacional de Educación. In her professional trajectory, she has had a great participation as a leader and volunteer in various organizations. Tammy was part of AFUNAI and ECONAI, where she led projects to empower women, communities, and also sustainability. In 2020, she was chosen as part of the SUSI program to join an academic community in the United States in order to empower her community. She received a fund, she received some funding to integrate and make some programs in her community, Tuncarta, which is in Saraguro. In 2021, she participated in a volunteer program in Brazil to teach English and Spanish as part of the Gabriel Delén NGO. In 2022, she took part in a work and travel program in Sandusky, Ohio. After her graduation, she moved to Galapagos to become an English teacher there. And currently, she's doing an internship in Maryland, USA. During her internship, she has become a great educational influencer, and she's going to tell you a little bit about her experience. So Tammy, welcome, and it is an honor for us to have you here. Tammy, I think you have your microphone off. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can.
Yes.
Hello, everybody. Nice to see you and nice to meet you as well. I'm super proud. Like you are inviting me to participate in this program. I'm so super happy to share my experience, all of my last 5 years, I think. That was like so special for me. I studied at Universidad Nacional de Educación, so I'm really happy to share you all of the information about the international programs, about the exchange programs, and also, of course, about the volunteer. That I think that's one of my passion that I really love it and really enjoy to do that. So I wanna share a little presentation with you. So I'm able to present right now, Heidi, right?
Yes, you can present. Just click the share button.
Okay, so give me 1 second. So let me know if you can see my presentation.
We can see it right
Yes,
now. Yes.
So give me 1 second. I'm so sorry, I having a little problem, technological problem. So can you share that link and you can help me to share it, please? I want
Uh,
to share it right now.
yeah, if you want, you can.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so tell me if you want, you can. Okay, so just give me a second. Okay, so tell me if you can see it.
I can see it yet. Yeah,
Yes? Okay.
finally.
Yes. Yay.
Thank you so much. And I'm so sorry for everything, for the technological problems, but okay. So here we go. Let's start. Okay. So, so today I'm super happy to share all of my experience about my last 5 years, I think, and all, of course, about my background as well. So the main topic for today is volunteering is part of your professional development. Could you change this? So first of all, before to introduce myself and also before to start my presentation, I would like to ask you a little question. The question says, what doesn't being a volunteer mean to you? So I want to share you right now a little link for you. Um, and also maybe Heidi, could you help me to share this link I share you by WhatsApp now?
Yeah, sure.
Everybody. Yeah, so you just need to enter Twitter and there is a little call over here.
Yes, there is a link. So I'm going to stop sharing so to open that until Tommy, can you repeat the question to the chat, please?
Oh yeah, sure. So the question is like just to define what does being a volunteer mean to you?
Tammy, I think the link is not working.
Okay, so never mind. Oh, okay, so so I would like to see your answers by this by no message. So I would like how you define just in one word. What's a volunteer for you? Okay, that survives. That's good. Okay, let me see your answers. What else? I need to see your answers, guys. What does being a volunteer mean to you? Yeah, that's a participate. What else? I just need two answers.
Guys, if you want, you can use the Zoom chat to send your answers so we can all know your ideas about volunteering.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's a supporting, the give of your time and knowledge to someone else or community. That's absolutely true. And helping, talk free. Okay, thank you so much for your answers. So yeah, so volunteer is for me it's a passion that I said before. It's something that I found like something to be as a safety place for me. So I think since after 2020, I start to do some volunteers and also some extracurricular projects even inside of my university. So let's continue with the next screen. Okay, so now I was thinking, okay, what can I picture? Like in my gallery is a little crazy because I really love to take a lot of pictures in my life, every single moment, every single second, I think. So, but I was realizing like, okay, I want to choose this picture because I think this girl, when I was 6 years old, like I was just dreaming. Everything I was just dreaming and with my family and all of the things that I'm doing right now was just a dream like 20 years ago. So this teacher, I was 6 years old. That was my first school back that I was in my first grade in elementary school. So I think every start in this year when I was 6 years old. So, okay, so let me introduce myself. I'm Tamia Maribel Guaman Medina. I'm from Tuncarta. Tuncarta is my community that belongs to Quichua Saraguro. And I would like to share you about something about my parents, about my family. My parents are Jose Guaman and Maria Medina. I always try to share because them like because they were a really support for me when I was a child, when I was a teenager, and even right now. So unfortunately, my dad passed away some years ago. However, my mom was my huge support in my life, in my vision, and my academic things, and everything. I think so. I'm the first person in my family that had the opportunity to study university. Even was the first person had the opportunity to travel to other countries. And also, I think I was the first person to make their own decisions. Because in the last, if we talk like a 30 or 40 years ago, the most of our parents, they didn't feel free to make a decision. So I feel super proud, because my parents let me make decisions, my own decisions in my life. So I always happy, because I always have my parents. So I study English teacher at Universidad Nacional de Educación. I studied since 2018 to 2024. So, and when I was at university, I was trying to do something different always, I think, since I was in the first semester. So I started to be part of Apple Unai, and that was like a women organization at university. And also I was part of Hall Prize. That was a program to like a global competition for every single year. I think they still have right now. So, and also I was part of member at Kunai. So in 2020, I wanted a scholarship to study in US for 5 weeks. Everything was related with leadership skills and US culture and everything like that. And in 2021, I was part of volunteer in Victoria, Espírito Santo in Brazil, and I stayed there for 6 weeks, I think. So, and then like I think when I won my scholarship in 2020, I promised by myself like every single year I want to do something different in my life. So I think I did so far. So like every single year was so inspirational for me. So the next year I was part of work and travel, and so I asked was introducing myself before. I was working at Sandusky, Ohio, months. And after my graduation, like it was like 3 days after my that I graduated at university, I did volunteer in of Galapagos, that are ONG in Isabella Island. And right now, currently I'm living in Maryland, US, and I'm doing an internship program. So I'm not going to talk as a deep way right now, because the following screens are going to explain like a little more. So could you share the next screen? Okay, so first of all, I would like to know like everything that I did at university when I was a student, and how all of these things is related with my profession, with my professional development, and always how all of these things help me to grow up and to be another person and change the perspectives and everything in my life. So the practicums was so important when I was a student, because I had opportunity to go to the high school, to go to the elementary school, and try to engage in a real way with my students. And and when I was in the first semester, I was feeling so happy, and like for example, when you got your little kids, and all of them start to call you like, "Hello, teacher, how are you, teacher?" And that was for me, it was like super. That was a feeling that I can explain. Like I was in the first semester, like everybody were calling me like a teacher, and I was not a real teacher. I was starting at university. So that was a way that I really helped me to like, okay, I really want to be here. I really want to be an English teacher. I really want to be little changes in a place of where I am right now in high school, elementary, and even in my community, and of course inside my university. So, and also in a pandemic situation, of course, I had like for 2 years. So I was getting my practicum just online classes with my students with different high school, with different elementary school. So I was learning a lot like face-to-face classes, and also like online classes. So I was teaching also, and of course, I was learning as a student as well. So I was learning a lot about the teaching strategies, how can I improve my skills as a teacher, so everything like that. And of course, like at the end of every single semester, UNAE, specifically UNAE, I think have like a specific Piensa project that I think most of us like really love it because that was super challenging for us, like because that was like a final project that we need to do at the end of each semester. So, and let's talk about the whole prize. Uh, I was part of the whole prize. When I decided to part of this program, I was just me. I was asking first of all, like my classmates, like, hello, please, could you? No, please. Like, let's to join to this program. Let's to participate. Let's to see like what's happened. But nobody of my classmates wants to join to this program. So I said, okay, I want to apply alone. So I applied alone because one of the requirements was like, okay, you can apply, but you can apply with your team. But I didn't have any kind of team. I asked my classmates, but nobody wanted to participate. So I applied by myself, and I applied to these programs, so I had the opportunity to meet other students from other major like Educación Básica, Educación Especial. So that was an opportunity to expand my networking, not just like uh, uh, because we have another other options, other majors and at Universidad Nacional de Educación. So that was a big opportunity for me, like to learn from other students, to learn from other majors as well. So How Prize is a world-changing business idea that has like a global competition every single year. So you propose like a business idea or create your own bread. So something like that. So that was like innovate idea. So first of all, they provide you like a business class, like marketing, how can you sell that? How can you create your product and everything? Then at the end of that, of everything, you need to like create your own brand. So there are a lot of universities inside Ecuador and also other countries as well who are get a competition for this program. So that was a big opportunity for me to meet other people, to discover other skills that I didn't know that I had. So that was super important for me. And next, I want to talk about like AFU again. AFU is our woman organization at Universidad Nacional de Educación. So again, first of all, I was asking to my classmates and like let's join to this organization, try to do something different, try to do something beyond to the classroom. And again, like nobody want to join to this organization, and I decided to join to this organization alone again. So this kind of organization is focused on women workshops and self-esteem and self-care. And also we were trying to work in some projects like who really care women's and no violence against women. So that was this organization really helped me to discover like how other things that I can be different beyond to the classroom. And also, of course, I had opportunity to meet other people, other girls from other majors as well inside the UNAI. So that this organization was super important for me as well. So let's talk about ECUNAI. ECUNAI for me, I think is so special for me because this place alone to me like meet so special people that I have in my life right now. So this Eco Club is part of UNAI, so it's so focused on ecological projects. There are inside of this EcoNai, there are like mini projects as well, like Eco Quichua, mini talleres. So there are like 4 or 5 mini projects inside the EcoNai. So all of them are focused on like develop to help like social people. So and also they're focused on pedagogical trips as well. So we were part of um, community projects when we were designing like how can we help the people, which community can we visit, and how can we support these communities? How can we teach it? Maybe can we teach something different, and maybe can we share something? So Equinite for me is so special because I learned a lot, and also I learned about the organization, and also of course I improved my leadership skills in this eco group at UNAI. So I think this is the four most important things that or like clues that I was part of at university when I was a student. There are other things that I did, but I think they are the some most relevant that I did when I was studying. So let's continue. Next one. Okay. So in this picture, there are like a little summary, like all of the things that I did when I was at university. In your left side, you wanna see me when I was in the first semester. I was part of the practicums in Jose Emilio Abad in Azogues. So when I was in the first semester, I was thinking like, oh, I don't know how it's gonna be end everything, when it's gonna be end. Like when I see when I will be in the ninth semester, for me it was like it's gonna be a lot. But everything was super fast. Everything was like when I remember, like the time was flying when I was studying. So and of course there are some pictures when I was part of ECUATESOL when we went to the communities to share our experience, to share new tools for them. And the last pedagogical trip that we had was an Amazon community. So we went there to share some little books that we did like with recyclables notebooks. So we were using all of the recyclable books to do this one, and we share like a little agenda for the children because we visit a little elementary school in this community. And also, there is another picture when I was part of AFU. So I always trying to like helping them when we were celebrating like November 25th about the violence of women. So I really enjoy this time with my new friends, with other students from other majors, and of course there is a picture from Hall Prize. So when I met, there is so special girls as well, and we create our own brand. So we were thinking like in mermeladas topitos. I don't know how we choose this little brand, but it was so inspirational for us, I think. So we were thinking like to create a brand where we can sell like an products from our communities like Sam or Uvilla. So there are some products we cultivate in our rural communities. So we were trying to like okay, we can do something different with these products. We can create a new business with all of these things. So all of these things really teach me a lot. I learned a lot with all of these kind of experience, and I think this is a little summary that I did at university. Let's continue with okay. Okay, so this picture is so inspirational in the TikTok that I saw before, and I want to put a little music for this part. This TikTok is so famous. I think I don't know if right now, but it was like a couple weeks ago that I was seeing in TikTok. Like everybody is talking about like there was 365 letters to her, but to me there was something different. So I think if I talk about the first door that opened, all of the things that I'm doing right now, I always want to talk about this SUSI program. When I was selected to be part of this international scholarship, and I had the opportunity to meet other people from other countries, as Bolivia, Paraguay, Peru, and of course Ecuador. So that was, I think, I consider this as a gift in my life, I think, because one of my teachers from UNAI shared this information with me, and I said, like, I don't know, maybe I'm not enough to participate in this one. So maybe I don't know. So I was feeling so I was not feeling like okay, I'm ready to do this one. So I was afraid a lot. I was thinking a lot. However, there were two special teachers that I had at Unai. They really support me. They really motivate me to participate in this program. And finally, I decided to participate in this program. I did everything. I passed some interviews and everything. And I think after two interviews, I got an email with this one like, congratulations, you are selected to participate in this international program in US. So my heart was like, I don't know. I was thinking it's gonna stop, or maybe it's gonna I wanna cry and everything. It was like a mix of emotions in my life. And of course, the first person who I shared was my mom, and nobody was believing me. Like, if my mom was thinking, "Are you sure, Tamia? Maybe try be careful. Maybe that's like kind of I don't know. Did somebody's lying you? Somebody just to like giving something crazy." Nobody was like, "Okay, like Tamia is like won this kind of a scholarship." So yeah, so that was, I think, Susie Perma was my first door that I opened in my life to get everything after that, that I'm even the thing that I'm doing right now. So let's change that. Okay, so let's talk about the Susie program. The Susie is a study of the U.S. Institute program. This is an academic program designed for foreign undergraduate students to improve their understanding of the United States and to develop their leadership skills. So I want to show you some of the requirements that we really need to take into account before to apply. And the first one is be between the age of 18 and 25 years old and have at least one semester left of college. So, for example, if you are studying and you are in the last semester, let's see, ninth semester, so you can apply in this program because you really need to be at least one. You need to really need to have like one more semester left when you come back from your so, and also, of course, demonstrate leadership through academic work, community involvement, and extracurricular activities. So, in 2020, when I applied to this program, and I was feeling like that, I'm not ready to apply for this program because I was part just of the AFO-UNAI, and of course, I was taking into account the extracurricular activities that we used to do at university as part of my curricular as well. So I um I joined to all of these documents like okay, I'm part of AFUNAI. I did something different at university. So I had just two things to apply and to demonstrate like I'm part of leadership or I demonstrate like leadership through these academic works so that I apply. And also like another requirement is have little or not prior travel or study experience in the US. And the last one is the most important is you really need to belong to indigenous community or Afro descendants because these kind of programs is specifically for indigenous communities, indigenous girls, and also for specifically Afro descendants. So this is one of the requirements that you really need to take into account. So if we talk about the benefits that I did or that I have in this program, there are a lot, but I want to try to like make a real little summary. The first one is, of course, expand your network because you have the opportunity to meet other people with other perspectives, with other ideas. So I met girls from other Latin countries like Peru, Bolivia, Paraguay, and of course, Ecuador. So that was an opportunity to change, I think, all my perspectives, I think, was changed because I feel like, hey, I can be different. I can be a change maker. No, just like it's a huge to say like in the world, but you can be a change maker since to your community, in your university, in the place where you are working right now as a teacher, in your family. So in any place that you are right now, you can be a change maker. So this is the phrase that I really like it, and always this phrase motivate to me, like of course, and also so this opportunity, of course, help you to make like international friends, to expand your networking, because even if you finish that program, after that you are still in contact with your friends who met in this country. So this is a kind of opportunity you can grow. This is a kind of opportunity to development all of your professional things. So let's see the next screen, the where I have a little teacher. So this kind of program was super. I teach. I learned a lot of this program about leadership. Even we had the opportunity to visit two elementary school, and there were two things that really caught me my attention. And this one, like, there were some schools in U.S. That they had some garden inside the elementary school, so like a garden classes. So they care this garden. The students care about this garden, so that was so interesting for me. And I said, oh, okay, of course, when I come back to my country, I really would like to put into practice all of these learnings that I did in US. And also the education is absolutely different. The students are so autonomous and everything, and they are so motivated to do something different in their elementary school and their classes as well. So, and also we were visiting some farmers, some farmers from Latin people. So where I learned a lot, like how we can start, like innovate new ideas. How can we sell like new options? How can we innovate amazing business? So, and of course, we were visiting some international organization as ONO when we were learning a lot, like how does it work, US with other countries, especially with our Latin countries. So I was learning a lot about this one. So let's see the next screen. Okay. So when I come back to my program, when I finish my C program, I was one of the winner of the mini grant. So because there were three spaces, like three winners, and 20 for the 20 students that we were 20 students. So we create our own projects, and then we had to competitive this one, and then they selected three different students from three different countries to be part of this mini grant. So I was part of this one. So when I came back to US, I start to put into practice like not everything, but I think the most important things that I learned in US. So that topic that I created was learning from an ecological point of view. So I wrote this project, and I think in 3 hours, because I think I am the person that she really like to work like at the end of everything. Maybe if I have a lot of time, sometimes I always try to do something at the end, I think. But I'm super happy for this one because with this project, I was helping 20 students in my community, Tuncarta specifically. So we made a reforestation of watersheds. So first of all, I was trying to share a lot of food workshops with my students in my community about how we need to take care of the water, how important it is to take care of planet, how it's so important to see to take into account these ecological projects. How can we help from our houses, from our elementary school as well? So, and of course, I always believe that the students always learn based on project when they are part of the nature, when they are connected with the nature and get a match with the really energy. So, they were super happy when they had like another kind of workshop, not like a workshop throw poem for a workshop like everybody's talking and talking a lot. This one I create another kind of workshop like put into practice everything. If I am explaining a theory, it's gonna be like outside when you are sit down on the grass. So when you are part of the real waterfall with real lakes, with real mountain that we have in Sarajevo. So and of course, I think one of the most important things in education is try to be conscious, like how we are doing, what are we doing right now. So for me, was so important this part when this all of these students were so conscious about everything that they were doing. They were getting fun. They were happy. They were sharing their ideas even because when we were having these little workshops outside and the environment connected with the nature, they were presenting their ideas, their innovative ideas, like, okay, this is my way that I want to help to care the water. This is my way where I want to take care of planet. So, and also, we're sharing about a history and culture about Saraguro because the most of us younger people, I think, like children right now, like they are not connected with the history that we had before. We have like the accessibility to get the water now is so easy, but that was not like that always. 20 or 30 years ago, our grandparents were working super hard to get the accessibility for the water, to working a lot in the mountains to get like water as well. So, and also, I really try to engage with a Minga, because Minga for us in our indigenous communities, Minga for us is the meaning is try to do something as a team. We want to reach an objective as a team because we are a team when we are part of a communities. So, Minga is one of our characteristics as indigenous communities, I think. So we were trying to engage with my students in this time when we were part of this ecological project in my community. So I think all of these students really enjoy for 1 month a half that I did this project. And also I had a little colleagues as well and friends to this kind of minga, the reforestation of watershed, because there was a lot of time that we need to do all of these things. Okay, so this one is according to the project that I did after that I finished my scholarship in US, and I tried to put into practice the most of the things that I learned in US in my community, and how can I share with my community, with my children in the Tuncarta. So, okay. So let's talk about the volunteer that I did in Brazil. And so this program, I think that most of the things that I did after 2020, it was like I was not feeling good. I was feeling like depression, anxiety. And then I just like tried to look some information. Okay, I want to apply for this one. Okay, I want to apply for this one. It was super fast for me because there were a lot of time in my life that I was not feeling good, good days. when I was studying or when I was with my family. So when I decide to do something different, it was because I was trying to help it to myself as well. So if I talk about like ISA program is an international. So ISA is an international program that really provide like an international volunteer, especially in Brazil and Bolivia and Peru and in Argentina as well. So when you apply for this kind of program, it's up to you, like with any place that you want. And also, there are some options about the programs that you can apply when you really want to be part of these projects. So the project that I applied in 2021, that was program X for Change. So I was teaching language for vulnerable kids. So I was teaching Spanish and I was teaching English at the same time. So I was part of the ONG Gabriel Delane in Victoria, Espiritu Santo. So I was a volunteer for 6 weeks over there, and I it was everything was so challenging for me. Starting with the language, I think, because before to apply to this program, all of my friends, oh, I was like searching a lot of things, and I super like okay, and I said okay, Portuguese is so similar to Spanish. That was my thinking, but that was not like that. So I didn't check a lot about the language. I checked some like basic phrases, greeting, like how can I say hello? How can I say good afternoon, good evening, good morning? So just basic things. But I didn't like learn Portuguese in Ecuador before to go Brazil. So it was that one for me was super challenging because when I went to Brazil and I realized that Portuguese is similar, but just a little bit to Spanish, that was not similar. Like, okay, I want to understand everything. So I was feeling so bad and I said, oh, Tamia, you really had to like um learn before, at least the basic things. So, but okay. So at the beginning, I was working with a Colombian girl. So she was trying to translate me a little things, but not too much because she got angry easily with me. When I said, like, please, could you help me to translate? Since I'm trying to do something different with this voice. Please, could you like introduce my message, something like that? And she said, but I know you're interpreted. I'm not your translator. And I said, okay. So I tried to do something different. So maybe the language was a challenge, so challenging for me. So I start to do like, okay, maybe with my body movement, like, okay, I wanna um try to give them the understanding through other things. So and also another challenge for me was at the different ages that I was teaching. There were like students uh, from 7 to 15 years old. So everything was mixed. Everything was like three ages in the same classroom. After 3 ages in the same classroom, so it was a really difficult for me when I was trying to get their attention. Nobody was like paying me attention at the beginning. Everyone was like talking and talking a lot, and all of them were like, of course, they just were speaking just in Portuguese, and there were a lot of times that I just lose the conversation with them. But I learned a lot. I can say like because I start to take the Portuguese class because I really need to um, try to get a conversation with my students, of course, because I was a teacher. I was studying another language. If I didn't know like Portuguese is it was going to be so challenging for them and for me as well. So I start to take like intensive Portuguese classes and like after that, after 2 weeks was like a little learning again. So I try to improve a lot. And of course, my teaching strategies as an English teacher, I improved a lot. I had to innovate a lot, another ideas. I tried to look for a new website, something to teach them. So like that. So, and other things was like when I applied to this program, so I was asking, so maybe they want to provide all of the things or the tools that I want to need as a teacher. And they said, oh, Tamia, you're not going to take nothing from Ecuador. You're going to have everything. And I chose them. So when I was in this ONG and I realized that I just had on board in three different markets, and that was everything that I had. So I had to innovate ideas. I had to innovate didactic material with them. So after 2 weeks, I think everything will start to be super fun with them. I was learning a lot as an English teacher. I was learning a lot even as a person as well. And of course, these kind of opportunities, again, really help you to expand your networking because as this is a global program for younger people, there are a lot of people who are from other countries who apply for this kind of volunteer. So I had the opportunity to meet people from Germany, from Turkey, Chile, and Colombia. So yes, it was so helpful for me. My English in that moment, of course, that was not super good. I think to get a conversation, it was struggling for me as well. So, but I tried to like talk and talk a lot with my Germany and Turkey friends. They were two girls. So everything was start to like I start to communicate with them in English. So I think that was the way that I start to improve a lot my English. And of course, there is another more so important thing that I really learned in this volunteer that was like problem solving. When I told you before, when like everyone was said like, okay, Tammy, you're going to have all of the materials, you're going to have all of the tools, so no worry, like you don't need to take nothing from your country. And I trust on them when I was like in the real ONG, there was nothing to like tools like materials that I really needed to teach them. So I start to think about it like, okay, how can I do now? Like, how can I solve this problem? So these kind of programs really help you to innovate a, a new idea, really teach you like how can you improve your teaching strategy. Maybe this one didn't work, but you need to apply another thing. So you are learning as a teacher and also you are learning as a human, as a person. So you really, really learn a lot. So, okay, let's continue with, okay, when I finish my volunteer, so of course I start to be part with ISEC. In Ecuador, we have a little, there are some organization who are part of the IESEC. So I start to be a member of IESEC in Loja. So where I learned a lot about the organization, about the leadership, and I had the opportunity to know people from other cities like Quito, Guayaquil, and even Cuenca as well. So, and we have the opportunity to engage with other people through national trips. So, when we were learning from other leaders about a volunteer, about leadership, about organization. So, I was a member of ISEC for 2 years, 2022 and 2023, and I learned a lot. So, let's continue. Okay, so of course, uh, the Tamia after 2020 said, okay, every single year you're gonna start to do something different. And I tried to do something different in my life. So in 2022, I applied for the Work and Travel program. So um, so I applied for in that moment again in 2022, I was not feeling comfortable with my English level, I think. So there were a lot of options like lifeguard, like food and beverage and F&B, a housekeeper, and even front desk. But I decided to apply for the housekeeper. Why? Because I said like I'm not ready to do something different. I want to look for a place where I don't need to talk a lot English because I didn't. I was thinking like maybe I was not ready to this, but I want to do it. So when I was there, I realized that okay, like English, I can get a conversation. I can um I can understand. I maybe know everything that they were talking to me, but I can get a conversation. I can keep a conversation with American people. So I started work there. So I worked there for 2 months, and I was studying and working at the same time. It was super challenging for me. So because I was taking my classes in the morning, and I usually used to work in the afternoon until 11 p.m. And there were some times that I had my classes in the afternoon at university. So I was like with my headphones, like trying to understand. And there was a time like, Tamia, where are you? Or one of my teacher was asking me, Tamia, please, maybe you raise your hand. Do you have any questions? And maybe that was just a mistake because I didn't like raise my hand, nothing, because I was just working. But it was super challenging. So, but I really appreciate all of my teachers when I was in the, think that when I was in the seventh semester, all of them try to understand my situation. Like I'm working and I'm studying at the same time. So I was presenting all of my exams. I was presenting all of my tasks. However, when I was in the like real online classes, like I hadn't to pay an attention like 100% because I was doing something else. Maybe I was in, like in the bathroom, like, and my teacher was asking, like, please, could you answer this? Tamia, could you do something? So it was super challenging for me, but I did. When I was there, that was a winter time. So of course, I had the opportunity to expand my networking because I had the opportunity to meet other people from other countries. This time, they were from Brazil, Ecuadorians as well, and of course Peru and Chile again. So I was learning a lot of things from them. So I really, I think that I really love it because when you meet international people, when you make international friends, you know, like their countries through them because they are like telling me their stories, telling me how does it work in their countries, how is everything over there. So I was learning a lot about those countries that um, my friends were from. Yeah, so can we change the screen? So okay, so I would like to know, I want to be a little fast with this one. So I would like to explain or share you about the requirements and all of the benefits that you get when you apply for this program. So one of the requirements to apply for this program, of course, you really need to be studying at the moment when you are applying. You really need to be a student, a regular student at university. And there are little limited ages, and there are 18 to 27 years old. And one of the requirements is an intermediate level of English. But if you don't have this English level, I really motivate to apply for this one because I met a lot of people from Ecuador, especially. They had a lot super low English level, so of course it's gonna be a little difficult when you are working, when you are trying to get a conversation with your supervisor in your place where you are working. But I think that's the place when you are improve the English. So if you are so motivated to apply for these programs, like English is important, of course, always is important. But if you are not feeling comfortable with your English level, it's okay. Try to take the risk. Try to apply for this one. Who knows, like you wanna get this kind of job? Who knows that you wanna travel to US to work? So I would like to share some of the benefits that I really think that they are so important. Of course, that improves your English level because every single day, every single second that where you are working in US, you are going to be speaking in English all the time with your coworkers, with your supervisor, with the guests. Like they want to ask, like, what is that one? How can I go to my my room or something like that? Because most of these jobs in US is in the resorts. Resorts is kind of hotel, but super, super huge. That has water park inside. There were a lot of little stores inside, like a restaurant, like gift shops, ice cream place, something like that. So you want to be engaged with American people all the time. So of course, you really, really will improve your English level. So and also this part of expand your networking, I always say like is so important because even when you finish this program, you wanna have these international contacts. And who knows, maybe like after 1 year you want to go to Peru, you want to go to Brazil, you even maybe even you can get a job in another country through this um, networking because you have the opportunity to meet new people, you have the opportunity to expand this networking that is so important, not just as a person, it's important in your professional. So let's see the next screen. Of course, so the Tamia never end, I think. So when I finished my major at UNAI, of course, I was thinking like a lot. I was not having a good days in my life. I was thinking, okay, what's happening now? Like I already finished my major, just try to look for a job, try to do something different, or just travel, or just I want to be a mochilero. So there were a lot of things in my mind. So I, e- 3 days after that, I graduated at UNAI. I applied for this program. So, but I think all of these things were so connected. The last thing that I was doing before, when I was part of the whole prize, I met Delsa Kufuna. She was a student at UNAI, so I really, really admire her because she's always trying to do something different, even when she wasn't a student. So she was part of this volunteering Galapagos. So I saw her picture like 3 years ago, and I saved as a screenshot in my phone, I think. When I finished my major, and I said, okay, I would just scrolling the Instagram, and I found one of the posts from Delsa, and I said, okay, of course, maybe let's see, let's apply for this program. And in that moment, they were just looking for the English teacher, like for those days, at the beginning of the March. So I applied, and after 8 days, I traveled to Galapagos specifically. I was living in Isabela, Iceland. So um, this volunteer really, really, I learned a lot in this program because uh, and also I had opportunity to practice my English as well because there were two international volunteers from Italy and also from Japan. So they were not talking in Spanish. So they were just getting a conversation in English and we were living together with them. So all the times I was talking in English with them. So I think that was another opportunity for me to improve my English level and, of course, to improve my teaching strategies as an English teacher because all of the plannings, all of the activities that I did in this ONG, that was planning for me with the help of my workers as well. So when we met with them like for meetings every single weekend to plan for the next week to the English class with the children. So of course there was a little challenging because everything was in English, and of course, I had two more colleagues who don't speak in English. She's from Ecuador as well. So I was trying to be a translator, and I was trying to understand all of my colleagues who doesn't speak Spanish. They were trying to share with me. So, but that was a nice experience to improve a lot as a person, and of course as a professional development. So could you come back a little bit? So sorry, it's okay. So, okay, so one of the roles that I did in the UF Galápagos, that means Uniendo Fuerzas Formamos Futuro, that was a facilitation, systematization, and methodological planning of recreational classes for teaching English. And of course, I was part of the administrative and logistic activities. This ONG really help children who are not living with their parents. There in this Iceland specifically, there are some children who's living with their parents. They are living with just with their uncles, so they are not living with their parents. So, another thing, in Galapagos, the terms is super. There were a lot of international people who go there to get fun or just to learn a lot about the Galapagos. So the most of the people they are working at the restaurants, at the tourist agencies. So children where they are not taking the classes in the high school, they're just doing nothing. So this initiative, like from this ONG, was taking care of these children, try to help them to keep a little motivated, to keep busy, and to keep to do something different. So this ONG, again, there were different ages students. So there were students from 6 to 10 years old. So of course that was a challenge for me. In this case, everything was mixed. So I had 10, 12 students, so all of them were mixed. So my big challenge was like teach English, but like how can I teach them like in a specific English level? They had like different ages. So that was super challenging for me. But I did, so I was trying to do something different to improve my strategies, to improve new activities, to innovate new activities according to the place that where they are living. So that's what I can share about of Galapagos. I was part in volunteer. So now we can change. So, okay, so finally, I'd like to talk about the program that I'm doing right now. So when I was in the last semester, and like all of my classmates were talking about like, okay, what are you working that when you finish your major? When are you working? Most of them was like, I want to work in Cuenca. I had some classmates who were working before to finish the major. So I said, okay, wow. So in my mind was, there were a lot of things. I was not feeling comfortable with my English. I can say that because um, I said, okay, I need to do something because I really, really need to improve my English level before to put into practice or exercise my major because I really want to be that's an English teacher that I didn't have before when I was a student, when I was in the school, when I was in the high school. So that was my big objective, I think, when I was in the ninth semester at university. So I said, okay, so what can I do to improve my English level? So, and then I decided to apply for this internship program. This internship program is an opportunity to work here in US for 12 months. You can go back to your country when you are in the middle. So when you are taking your holidays, when you are taking your vacation, you can go back to your country. Again, you need to go back to your country, your program. So it's something that I did. This is my 10th month that I'm doing this program. So when I decided to apply for this program, one of my biggest dreams was, okay, when I go back to Ecuador, I really want to get my C1 English level. I hope I want to get it. So I'm preparing right now for the TOEFL exam. So I'm even not taking TOEFL classes. I just using like tutorials in YouTube because we have a lot of information. We have a lot of English classes, C1 English to get a C1 English level. So that was my big and the most important objective when I decided to apply for this program. So in 2023, I applied for this program. It took me a lot of time because I was looking for the jobs, I was looking for the place, I was looking for, okay, how much I want to pay for my rent, and everything. So I would like to tell you something fun, I think, because when I applied for this program, I first of all I was applying for Washington. Here in US there are two Washington DC and Washington something else I think, but I'm not sure the name. But there are two Washington. So at the beginning I was applying for the Northern Washington that's in another side of the US, like super far for everything. So I applied for that one, and that was everything. And I had my interview. I was going to have my interview in 1 week. And then I realized that that's not the Washington D.C. Like that's not this Washington that I can go there like in 1 or 2 hours. I said, okay, where are we going right now? So when I realized I already got my appointment to get my interview, at the end, I asked for my sponsor, like, please, that was my mistake. That was not a Washington D.C. that I really want to go there. So I really want to go like Washington D.C., not this real Washington D.C. So and they just changed my appointment, changed my interview, but after 4 months. So because I didn't realize before that was another Washington that I was going to go before. So, okay, so and then when I applied for this program and I think two interviews, all of them in English, of course, and there were a lot of options. And for me, it was not easy because you really need to take into account like a little balance in everything. Like how much are you going to the rent and how much they want to pay for you and of course the place that you really want to go because this is a place that you're going to be 12 months. So and then when I decided to apply for this program in Maryland, so and I was thinking, okay, it's a little it's not super far the DC or maybe New York, so the accessibility is not so difficult, so you can get the train and something like that and go there to get a fun. So the um, the job that I'm doing right now is in the food and beverage management. So this opportunity helped me a lot to improve my English level, to expand again my networking. I had opportunity this time to meet a lot of international friends because this time I had just two Ecuadorian coworkers. So when I'm working in my place, I don't have any people who speak Spanish. So that's good for me because I have the opportunity to practice. Nobody speak Spanish with me. So all of my day is just speaking in English. And of course, when I come back to the housing, my colleagues they're from India, Indonesia, so again, I need to speak in English again. So almost like my entire day is just speaking English. Just with my Ecuadorian coworkers, I speak in Spanish. So that was even I consider that was a good motivation for me to improve. And as I told you before, that one of my biggest dreams when I decided to apply for this program was like I want to get my C1 English level when I come back to Ecuador. That was my biggest dream when I came here. So okay, so let's continue with the almost last So, okay, I think before my conclusion, I would like to share you some little phrase about volunteer, what the volunteer means for me. And the first, of course, is brings fun into my life because when you are doing a volunteer, you can be yourself. You can be so autonomous. You can learn to solve problems, real problems in your life. I consider be a volunteer is my passion. I'm really happy when I'm doing something to help other people. And of course, when I said the most of the time when I decide to be part of this volunteering abroad, I was not feeling a good days in my life. So it was so helpful for me for mental and physical health, of course. And also, the volunteer gets me out of my comfort zone. Of course, because you are going to other country, you are going to talk with other people, with other culture. You are going to interact with people who doesn't speak Spanish. So of course, it's gonna be dependent what kind of volunteer you wanna apply or you are doing. So, but this is an opportunity to gets out of the comfort zone because you are doing something different. You wanna grow up a lot. You wanna develop your professional skills. You wanna you wanna do a lot of changes in your life. You wanna change even your mindset because when you do something different in your life, every all of your things start to be different. So your life as a person, as a in your profession, you start to do a lot of changes, and of course, self-confidence because you really believe in yourself. You discover like there are a lot of new skills that you didn't know that I had before, that you had before. So this is a place. This is an opportunity to really help your self confidence because you will be alone. Everything you will start alone, but in that way, you want to meet a lot of people who are doing the same thing like you. And of course, the professional development because if you are a teacher and you are doing a volunteer related with education, related with English class that was my case. So you wanna improve a lot of your teaching strategies, your maybe your teaching style a lot because you need to adapt to all of your strategies to something different. When I was doing my volunteering in Galapagos, so I had to adapt I had children from even other culture. They were Ecuadorian, but absolutely everything is different in Galapagos. So the place, everything that there are around there. So everything is different there. Even the animals, I remember when I was teaching animals vocab. So I was thinking maybe in the horse, but of course not because they don't have any horse over there. They don't have like a cuy, for example. So they have sea lion, they have sea horse, so other sea animals. So you really need to adapt your English classes, your teaching strategies to other world, to other culture, to other kind of children, to other teaching styles. So, so to finish, I would like to, could you share the another screen? So, of course, as a summary, as a conclusion, I can say like I really need to say thank you for everything. Thank you for my parents. Thank you for my community. Thank you for all of my educational background, all of the opportunities that I had to be a volunteer. Thank you to my friends. Thank you for the exchange programs that I did so far. And of course, thank you to myself because Tamia made a lot of hard decisions, a lot of there were a lot of changes in her life. When I was a child, when I was a teenager, when I was studying at university, even right now as an adult, I can't believe that I'm an adult. I always try to consider it as a teenager, but I'm not. So, okay, so I always really, really thankful for my parents because from my parents I learned I never give up. From my parents, I learned like everything that you want to do, you can do that. You really need to hard a lot. You really need to focus on everything that you really want to get. Um, there were a lot of times that maybe there are limitations, of course, but you can work on those limitations because you are able to do whatever you want. And of course my community, because my community is my inspiration, is my of course always my huge inspiration, because when I go back to Ecuador, I really would like to share all of this information with my community, with Saraguro, with Tuncarta, because I really really like that all other people younger than me know these kind of opportunities in abroad, know this kind of scholarship. You can apply for this one, you can apply for that one. You're not going to be ready. This is my phrase that I always try to share, because I think we are not ready for nothing, because we just need to take a risk. We just need to take an adventure. Try to do something different in your life. You are not ready, never, I think. The years is like go and go, but never go back the same age that you have right now. So you really need to take into account that you're not going to be young like now. You really need to make a decision. You really need to do something different in your life, in your community, in the place that where you are working right now as a teacher. And how can you, as a teacher, can you motivate your students to do something different, work in social projects, work in try to focus in uh learners focus on the projects, and of course try to motivate to your students to discover new skills, to do something different in their lives. There are no limitations. And of course, I always thankful for my educational background. I studied Lago de San Pablo, my Tuncarto community, and my elementary school, and I studied Unidad Educativa Saraguro, my high school. I really learned a lot. And of course, I think the last one is my more special background, my more special place. That was my UNAI. I really happy because I belong to UNAI. A couple years ago, I was part of UNAI. I learned a lot. I everything that I'm doing right now, I think because UNAI was my big inspiration to do something different, to go beyond to the classroom, to do something extracurricular activities. So UNAI for me is so special because I learned to be a different person. I changed my perspectives to see the world, and of course, I all of my skills as a teacher I learned at Unai. They provide me the tools. They provide me everything I think to be the teacher that I'm now right now. That I'm right now. So of course, my friends, because I think the friends are so important in your life, especially when you have friends who really inspire you to do something different. Like Tamia, just let's apply into this one. Try to be part of this one. Like I really, really appreciate the friends that I have right now in my life. And of course, all of the background that I have about the SUSI program, work and travel, and even the program that I'm doing right now. So I would like to say thank you for everything. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this workshop. I hope all of this information is going to be helpful for you. And also, I would like to all of you try to do something different with your students in the places that where you are working right now. So thank you so much. I really appreciate because you are here.
Thank you so much, Tammy, for sharing your experience. I think it has been super useful for everyone. Right now, I'm going to share the attendance link. And if any of you have any questions for Tammy about her experience or how can you be a volunteer in different organizations, I think this is your moment. Again, thank you so much, Tammy. You're really inspired.
Before all the questions that maybe some of the participants will have, I would like to congratulate you, Tamia, for sharing everything that you have done. Uh, I thought I know you a little bit when I was your teacher at Unai, but checking all your experience that you have is amazing. And thanks for doing that, no? Because I know that you are of a community and doing everything that you have done until now, not only for your community, but for Ecuador and representing our country is amazing. So thank you very much for that. And you are a living person experience that everything is possible, something that you mentioned before. Everything that we can do or every goal, every achievement that we want to do it, we can do it if we put our hope, if we put all our energy to do that. So that's excellent. Thank you and congratulations, Tamia. I wish to continue working with you in some little things. I hope that you can be part of the ECUATESOL as well. And because, as you mentioned before, volunteering is part of our professional development. No, volunteering with teachers, volunteering with the students, volunteering with children, with our communities is amazing, the job that you have done, and we can do more for our country, for our Ecuador. You are a living example of that, so thank you very much. And yeah, if anyone has any question, that'd be great. If not, of course, that you can find, I think, Tamia, in your social media and any places maybe that you can share with the people, or you can contact Tamia, and we can contact her through our social media as well, our Instagram account, so she can share ideas about where you can ask for funding and present projects. No, so Tamia, thank you very much again for your participation. Thanks, Heidi, for being here and are supporting all the time. No words to thank you all the time. And thanks for all of you to participating. No, I think that, Heidi, you share with everyone the attendance sheet. Yes, please. So don't forget to complete the attendance sheet. That's really important so we can register your name. Thank you very much again, all the participants. And I hope to see you next webinar that's going to be in 2 weeks. No, so thank you very much, everyone, and have a wonderful afternoon. Thanks, Tammy, again, and thanks, Heidi. Please, participants, don't forget to complete the participation link